Game number 1 of the grand final, everybody. Granit Gaming against Nothing Changed. Nothing Changed appearing in the bracket as usual as Gregorosh something. So yeah, they switched their names pretty much like some people their underwear. But yeah, we go with Nothing Changed because at the end of the day, very little changes with this team. They normally have the same players, yeah. But there have actually been a few changes now. Mopsio is not with the team anymore, and it seems that at least for this tournament, Nothing Changed plays with Sport Billy. He already played in yesterday's matches in the semi-final. And today, they have, in addition to this, a Speedwagon who's playing over Bleak Kidney. So, something to point out here, obviously with the tournaments happening at certain days where you can't schedule them in advance, some players will every now and then not have time, and then substitute players come in for a day or two. The immediate ban against Tracer, on Tracer against DAB, is the first thing that happens here, and we're having also Chen banned out again. And yeah, if someone actually hasn't watched any of the previous videos and doesn't know, the colorful variations of my face are not actually because I slipped with the makeup. Actually, for the home streams, that normally doesn't include any makeup. That's normally just for the bigger shows and the offline finals and stuff like that. But I had a bit of a bike crash there, or a fight with Brightwing that I obviously won, but the fruit fly still got... Actually, the fruit fly didn't hit me at all. I had a friend that was trying to help out a little bit as I wrestled Brightwing to the death, and he hit me with a fly swatter by accident, so that's how that happens. It's unfortunate. But either way, we're having now Liming also banned out, and the ban against Kira. Now, I talked about this previously. Kira by now has a 3-0 win rate in European Heroes of the Storm, but you can definitely make a big argument that a lot of these wins came against teams that were underdogs in the first place. But the team that played Kira the most so far is actually Granit Gaming. Tai played her twice and was successful twice with the two. And I actually think that it was in Grand Finals where they got those victories as well. So, we don't really see her a lot, but against Granit Gaming you every now and then see her banned out or her even popping up. But Chris is playing with his Paprika account here and gets the immediate lockdown on Vala. So on Towers of Doom here, they can now play with that. And let's see what else we're gonna have. I mean, first of all, Sport Billy against with Garrosh. That's actually something that we've seen previously too. He has spec'd heavily into Garrosh yesterday whenever he got the chance for it. I mean, even in HGC times, Garrosh was quite strong. Now we're having Linked on Rhaegar again, and that's another one that is just an insta-lock for them whenever they can. Linked, huge fan of Rhaegar, and these days Rhaegar is quite powerful. And the doggy gets the priority over Malfurion, which is locked down by Henning. Henning switching his heroes slightly, depending on what's currently the strongest in the meta. And many people would argue that Malfurion is actually the most powerful healer right now. He's definitely within the top 3. Tyrande has started to drop off a bit after certain talents were shifted slightly. Leo gets banned out against them now. But we're having ETC for Lauba. So there's a lot of priority picks and personal preference that Granit Gaming was already able to lock down for themselves here. So this is a pretty sweet setup. When it comes to bans now, the third one against Nothing Changed. There's a bit of a question what you want to make sure that Potipos doesn't get, or DAB, depending on how you look at it now. And it's again Chromie time. Chromie gets banned out, so nothing with this. And, well, what do we get now in terms of picks? Because so far we have seen very little damage on the side of Nothing Changed, and that's something that they would still need here. I mean, Hanzo is still up if you want to play around Hanzo. Keep in mind, Junkrat and Whitemane are both allowed after their rework. But we haven't seen them. So far, in the new patch, we've only seen the third place decider match that was played. But here comes Hanzo and Thrall. So both of them locked down. And what are we going to get for Tai? I mean, Tai's hero, honestly, it's always one of the big questions. He can play a lot of the mages here. We've seen him on Hammer. We've seen him on, well, pretty much... if he does damage, Tai played it. His Zeratul gets oftentimes even banned out because teams are just so terrified by it. And if they want to go into a Zeratul play, we are likely to see Abathar too, which has been completely ignored so far. But there is Malthael together with Zeratul, so after all, Tai with his hero doesn't have the Abathar support this time, so can still be quite annoying with that. And Copenhagen with a pretty sick Malthael skin. Looks actually kind of nice. And what are we going to get on the last pick here? Potipos has to deal with Malthael on the offlane now. Well, he has to deal with Zeratul too once that he starts rotating in. And there's Dehaka. Dehaka Shakalaka meching it up on Towers of Doom. Our first map in the best of 3 series at the grand final of the HeroesHype Premier Series Qualification Tournament. Game number 1, the grand final. Henning on Malfurion for Granit Gaming. Chris on Vala. We have Kopenhagen on Malthael. Lauba on ETC. Ty on Zeratul. And over to the right side of the map, it is nothing changed. Something changed for them, but I went through that already in the draft. So Podibos this time on Thrall. Linked on Rhaegar, Sportbilly on Garrosh, Speedwagon on Dehaka, and DAB on Hanzo. And with that, we're still seeing the Echo of Elements taken for Thrall. We're having the Arrow built for Chris, and that will help them, obviously, with the control over all of the pumpkin camps on the map. And even if they want to go for the boss later on, they have an easy time taking that down too. Currently, we're having on level 1 for Ty still his auto-attack style, which he already used before the patch came through. Shadow Hunter on level 1 for him. And in the meantime, we're still waiting for Dehaka to make his move there, as Malthael is taken towards the top lane, and Zeratul is already using his wave clear at the bottom of the map. It's actually still interesting to me. There's like so few, with the 10% increased movement speed, it's interesting that we're still seeing so much on a pale horse. Obviously, you can even rotate quicker between the lanes, but it's still something that I personally thought we would see less. Oh my god, Link goes down. That was a quick kill right there. Lauba's a bit low, but slides through again. And can they get another kill? It certainly looks like they might, and they do. Vala with a double kill, even looking for more, but DAB survives. Billy gets at least his still connected, but that's a double kill for Granit Gaming. Yeah, Blizzard is actually on, I think it was on Reddit, someone said that in one of the next balance patches, they are going to adjust the movement speed of Artanis' ult. And I guess we might even see that adjusted for Nazeebo as well. Which just underlines once again what I said from the beginning. It's not that it was intentional that Blizzard increased the movement speed of every hero by 10% and simply thought that it was a good idea to therefore stealth nerf certain heroic abilities that were already mediocre to begin with, like the Purifier Beam, but they simply forgot. That happens when you don't really play your own game. So it just took them a couple of months, but apparently we're going to get that change in one of the upcoming balance patches. So yeah, normally I would say better late than never, but unfortunately that's a story that has now, yeah, been pretty consistent throughout the last 4 years. Story of Heroes of the Storm. But either way, as it stands, in this game, we're still having level 4 talents very quickly for Granit Gaming, thanks to the kills that they got. They also break through the bottom wall here, which helps them too. And we have the stacks coming through for Chris slowly and steadily, if he could connect them, but in this case, Billy isn't in range for this. So 6 stacks on the level 1 for Zeratul. The AB, they obviously are looking for the kills now too. And you can't underestimate these guys. I mean, seriously, you need to be careful with this, because it can easily happen to you that nothing changed, falls behind a little bit, and then they absolutely wreck you. That is what happened to a few of the teams just yesterday. Now with this, we're having the Feral Resilience. Not a talent that you see a whole lot on Thrall, to be quite honest. Normally we're talking pretty much about either Mana Tide or the spec into the Frostwolf pack. 8 stacks so far for the level 1. And with a kill against... DAB. Dude, be careful here. Yeah, exactly for that reason. Exactly for that reason. The RNGesus is smiling on Chris, and he gets the kill with a bounce on the arrow. And now we're having 4 kills against 0, an entire level lead, and this is pretty fantastic right here. If they can get more against Link, that would of course be great, and it seems like they will. Holy shit, what's going on here? Granit Gaming is murdering them. Yeah, shots are connecting, and I mean, as the altars are getting picked while we are still having our eyes on the fight down here, we're having a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Granit Gaming, and they are just trading also against Sportbilly right now. That could be another kill here, and Chris decides that he's staying a little bit away from this, but they are just crushing them. 5 kills against 0, and this is, at least up to this point, an absolute disaster for them. Seriously. Right now, repeating arrows coming through, the touch of death is in, so if you can actually connect that just as the ancestral healing comes in, that would be a fantastic start. There's always comeback potential, especially when we're talking about Towers of Doom, but the early game is very, very beneficial now to the red team. One arrow connects, the second one doesn't. That's still an additional stack that we're seeing for Chris. Ancestral Wrath for Thrall taken again. And after in the amateur scene on the lower level of Heroes launch, I've seen now so many people go into follow-through on level 7. I cannot emphasize enough how garbage follow-through on level 7 is compared to Ancestral Wrath, especially when you're playing on a lower level and you just don't have, by definition, the mechanics of an absolute top player. So guys, don't do it. Ancestral Wrath is where it's at. Extra sustain, a little bit of a nuke. It is a fantastic talent. But as it stands, with the fight here continuing, we're actually still seeing the aggression from the blue team. And I mean, why wouldn't they? They want to go for the additional kill against the Haka, who burrows in, but all of a sudden the rest of the team is there too. And Copenhagen is a bit late. Comes in regardless, but gets dragged immediately and is now trying to rush out. Ooh, that could be a kill against him, and he survives. Wow. Chris, on the other hand, is down, and that's the first kill for the red team. Billy is also surviving with pretty much no hit points whatsoever, as Ty was looking for the counter kill. He himself falls, and those are the 2 kills that bring, all of a sudden, the red team back into the game. They go for the channel at the bottom of the map, and that means we're going to have an equal amount of points, hit points that is, on the core now. So yeah, nothing changed. Slowly coming back to this. Still a bit behind in experience, but this is pretty solid right now. So let's see how that pans out there regardless. I mean, at this point, up towards the top, we're still having Copenhagen sitting tight for the XP. Quest is nearly completed for Ty on level 1, which gives him the cooldown reduction. Bit of a late quest reward actually for Thrall. 5 minutes and 50 into the game is very, very late for a Thrall player on this level. Normally you're looking towards 4 minutes, 4:20, even earlier than that. I mean, one of the fastest has been 2 minutes and 30 if you're completely left alone on the lane. With level 10 abilities now ready. This is what we're currently seeing at this point too. In the middle of the map now, the level 10 comes through for the opponent's team. Ty needs to be a bit careful. If DAB gets a lock on him, then he is toast. The Haka in this case, by the way, with the Enduring Swarmy on level 1 and Symbiosis also on level 7. The Haka builds just recently have been a little bit weird if you looked at the builds of old. Also, if you're looking towards Wolf Run and the Feral Heart here, it's also something that you don't get all that much, but especially the Feral Heart, if you're worried about your mana management, for example, and you feel there's going to be long and sustained fights around the objective, then that can help you a little bit. It's still not something that we are seeing a lot. Quest is nearly completed for Chris, by the way, just in time for the next objective here, so that's great for him. Quest also completed for Zeratul, which is definitely going to help. Chris comes in, there's the arrow on the other hand, quest is completed, the kill against Lauber, and the Ancestral keeps the red team in play. They're stealing the camp away from Granit Gaming, and with this we're now having nothing change, starting to take a very good position here around the 2 altars. With the kill against Lauber, you're going to get very likely both of these linked with the channel already confirmed, and Portiboss gets a second one. Shots fired, quite literally. That's 8 points off the core, and that drops them down to 24. Here comes also the momentum as the bell tower is converted. And make the argument if they could have maybe waited a little bit longer, but the ETC death timer obviously isn't really all that high just yet, so they played it safe. And another shot comes through as the Pumpkin makes it in. Yeah, early game 5 kills against 0, and then they got absolutely shit on in the next few fights. But at least we're having the kill against Thrall in the middle of the map from Copenhagen and Thais. That's an additional stack also, or the first stack for Last Rites. But this game definitely got opened up quite nicely here. So, well, let's see what else we're gonna have with this. I mean, the arrow build for Chris is really coming through, and again, they are now the team that also has much better camp clear, which allows them to, for example, go for the boss if they ever find an opportunity to get Chris in for just a few hits. Getting that Monster Hunter into play is always nice if you're trying to control the mercenary camps as much as you can. There's another attack here, but we don't have Last Rites yet, so very unlikely that Speedwagon is actually going to fall to this. Actually, now that ETC comes in, we might talk about a different situation. Arrow comes through, interrupts the mosh pit, which was actually a nice one. It was unfortunate for Lauber. He actually used the mosh pit as the arrow was already underway. But definitely didn't see that coming. There's the taunt. That should be a dead cow. ETC slides through and goes down. At the bottom of the map, it opened up some space for Granit Gaming to reclaim their structure. It's at least one thing they were able to get. But the boss is now again taken too, and, well, nothing changed. Is killing it here. Yeah, he's doing extremely well. Here we go. And there we have the 4 connected, and now they should be able to also get one of their altars. 2 would be a bit of a stretch. If they can make that happen, I mean, that would be fantastic. Tai comes in and out. 4 is already connected, but yeah, they're not fighting for this anymore. This would have been really a stretch. I mean, that's not unlucky. That would be one of the plays that would be insane if they can pull it off. But still, 15 against 28, that isn't bad at all for Nothing Changed. But also, Siphoning Arrow is through. Here comes the interrupt again. Chris is down. Siphoning Arrow, no Siphoning Arrow, it doesn't really matter. He is not able to get anything done here. And it's the mid game that belongs to Nothing Changed. They are absolutely crushing it here. And they take another camp. They're just stealing the camps away the entire time. And this is getting really annoying for the blue team. Once again, Tai is nearly getting dragged in. There's also the isolation on Malthael, and that's a kill. Malthael goes down, the wolf with a big bite. And that's now 6 kills against 6. Elite in experience, elite in levels, elite on the objective. Nothing Changed, turned this around nicely. This seems to be their map lately. They've been taking this map now several times, and they are looking very, very good with this. So now towards the top lane, Dehaka can of course still control the lane nicely and get the experience here for his team. Nobody's moving in to catch that XP, by the way. Instead they're sitting down at the bottom of the map right now. But let's have it. Yep, that experience is lost. But now they're half a level away from level 16. And that is pretty good for them too. We're having triple altar spawning again. And well, this is a bit of a moment of truth scenario. If 2 end up in the hands of Nothing Changed, then they would take a massive lead and would actually drop their opponents into the single digits. So, well, top right should definitely go to them. Now we're having with the level 16 talents also Dehaka with the tunneling claws. Here's also the thunderstorm, so even more poke from the outside for them. And there are the channels. Without the level 16 talent, it's nearly impossible for Granit Gaming to get 2 here. Top right gets channel, top left as well. It's an exchange and a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the red team. Shots fired, and with another 4 coming in right now, we're having single digits on the board for Granit Gaming. They're looking strong here. They actually do. So, yep, with this, Speedwagon is sitting top side. Could always tunnel down to the bottom if he wants to. 16 is slowly coming into play for the blue team. And they might try and go for the kill. Nah, not quite. Even booping Sport Billy away so that he can't turn it around to get the throw connected. But yeah, 16 versus 16 now. And that gives us Manticore for Chris. Could have gone for the Frost Shot here, obviously. If we wanted to, but wants to also pressure the front line a little bit more with the auto attacks right now. Goes for Billy in this case. Damage output at this point for Vala on 35,000. More than Hanzo even. But that doesn't help you if you can't win the team fights anymore. And ever since we entered the mid game, we didn't have a good chance there. Nice throw on Body Boss. That could have maybe been the connect here for them. 2 heroes that have so far not died. Dehaka and Malfurion are the 2. And, well, with the next objective soon spawning, we will have our fight again. And this is one that Granit Gaming honestly has to win, especially since the boss should be up against it. Oh, Lauba actually going in now. Ooh, Billy throwing them out. Yeah, they don't want to go into that fight just yet. Tai is always poking around with Zeratul as much as he can. But as you can tell, 1 minute and 10, so this is starting to become problematic. 1 altar on the map, then you have also the camp still available. The boss is going to come up once more. That's another 4 shots if you get them. That could be a huge problem now. So at this point, the attacks keep coming in. Bot lane is getting pressured. Dehaka still getting the experience lead for his team by rotating around here. But always the aggression. They try to go for him and they get the kill. The Ancestral comes too late. Nicely done from Granit Gaming. Lauba not quick enough, Link not quick enough to save him here. And that's also another stack acquired for Malthael. That's what they needed here. Trying to get the channel. They're going for the bell tower conversion too. Dehaka is coming in from behind. They're still fighting for this one. Another attack. Ancestral and Billy. They're trying to make the play for Dehaka. Malthael needs to be careful. Tries to move out. Is low and could fall right now. And he does. The counter kill as Nothing Changed. Gets 1 connected. The altar is still up. They didn't take it yet. They wanted to go for the bell tower. They want 5 shots. They want 5. They don't want 4. Dehaka goes down. Lauba is low and might fall too. Is trying to save himself a little bit more time, but he is dropping lower and lower. They at least get the bell tower converted. That's something. Lauba with the slide just as the cooldown is ready, and that's the kill against Garrosh. Hanzo falls too, and with the root on the ground, Rhaegar is eliminated. And that is pretty much a 5-man wipe right there Already Chris on his way, and now they can try and build the momentum that I was talking about earlier. Get the altar, make your play for the boss, try and maybe take another bell tower. Experience is needed as well. Lauba is already on the case. Malfurion is the one that is trying to take care of the altar. In the meantime, Thrall is rotated towards the top side, but with Chris and his arrows, and especially the level 1 talent, he is able to get the boss super quickly for his team. They have the lead in experience right now by nearly an entire level. They get the shots fired, 5 from the altar, another 4 from the boss, and we're looking at 7 against 15 right now. They have the bell tower advantage too, and can now hope to maybe even get more and snowball this game. That's the time for the comeback right here. Half a level away from level 20. That's all that they need. But obviously nothing changed. Is soon going to be with 5 back on the map. But an advantage in talents would be huge for them. Lauba with the attempt to go for Pody Boss. That would have been the dream there. But they can't quite make it happen. But so far, it is looking much, much better for him right now. Same time, top side, Kopenhagen, 2 stacks, 10-second cooldown reduction for him. And he's getting the damage in. Gets the cam connected, and that's the damage right there against the bell tower. And honestly, this bell tower is going to fall sooner rather than later. Tehaka is having trouble against this, and for a good reason. Malthael still a little bit low though. Got hit with the ult as well. And there's the Borrow Force, but that's a kill regardless. Or is it? Oh, Kopenhagen killed by the minion. Harry the Archer took him down. That's a hero minion if I've ever seen one. But guys, it's still a win for Granit. And this is the reason why. That bell tower is now going to fall. That bell tower is now going to fall, so it's an even exchange in kills, but the experience went to Granit Gaming and they get the top belt. Oh, are they? They are not! No! One hit missing as Podipos came in, but the hero archer right there. Yeah, that was pretty fantastic right there. Tai, yeah, he wants to go for the bell tower. Tai wants the bell tower right now. We have 2 shrines up and they're looking for it. Malthel is already back to business with the level 20. And they're going to get this one, aren't they? Ah, Interrupt is there though. Nicely played. They need this. They need this. And know it too. And the top has been taken. Top has been taken, everybody. 6 shots fired. Boom. Massive barrage is coming in, down to 9 points. That one is an easy grab, which means we're looking at 7 against 3 points on the core now. The level 20 is helping out with this. The momentum is coming and it is hitting hard. Nothing Change is getting hit like a truck here by this. And here comes the next attack. And the ults are ready. All of them. At this point, they might be able to pull that off. As the throw on ETC blinks away and lets the minions dance. Minions want to dance too. It's not only the heroes. Minions are always sitting there. It's like, why is everybody dancing and we are not? Ah, there's a kill attempt. Ah, and this time unsuccessful. But the Ancestral also coming through. Top side, Dehaka trying to get as much done as possible here. The level 20s are ready for them as well. Earth and Shields right now. Yeah, this game is all of a sudden looking great for Granit Gaming. But it still will end in a big fight, very likely. Arrow, Billy is down. But the counter kill against Kopenhagen right there. The Tranquility came a bit too late. Couldn't get anything done there, but the fight is not over by any means. They're going back in again and they take down Linked. Linked eliminated. Still 6 altars against 2. If they can push the middle, then they would start the endless barrage here. But this is getting absolutely nuts. Tai is already sitting at the side, waiting for someone to just move into the trap here. Still spraying the ground, though. Kind of giving his position away a little bit, I would say. And the bottom is getting reconverted. You get the bottom. Are they going to make the play? No, not yet. Alright, just jumping out of this one. But it's a 4 versus 3. And now with the next altar spawning in 20 seconds, we're very likely going to see a 4 versus 4 fight. But this is a bit of a weird setup. Lauba with a tactical pause right now. Apparently Chris disconnecting again. He had problems earlier. Chris actually disconnected in the lobby previously. And that's why the game had to be rehosted after the draft. So in this case, it seemed like his client crashed once more. So that's a bit of an unfortunate timing for them here. But we can take the opportunity to have a big look at the damage. I mean, look at this. 74,000 by Chris at this moment in time. And we're even 69,000 by Hanzo. But as soon as Chris is back, we're obviously going to go back into the game here. I hope that the reconnect is not going to be an issue for him. Because this game is on a very thin line right now. I mean, it's honestly any team's game to take. The advantage goes to Granit Gaming. There's no doubt about it. With 7 points on the core against 3. And 2 heroes eliminated from Nothing Change, but still, this game is not over by any means. And we're back to business. Chris reconnected just in time for the altar spawning in a few moments. And that is likely going to be the conclusion of this one. Back attack, by the way, with the minions in the mid lane. But even if they lose this one, this wouldn't be a big issue. Down here, on the other hand, the pumpkins are already moving in. The rest of the team is already battling it out. There's the connect. DAB needs to go for the interrupt, and he connects it. Gets the first interrupt in. Garrosh is going to come any second to help out, but the problem is that the Arca is nearly low. The arrow is connected with Malfurion at least. Here comes the Tranquility, and the fight is on. And the kill against Hanzo. Thrall is down as well, and that should be game as they go for Speedwagon and Billy. It's a 4 versus 3 right now. Malthael is appearing any second. The Mosh Pit connects with everyone, and this is it. Granit Gaming was so far behind in this first game, but they turned it again and take the lead in the best of 3 series here at the grand final as they drop Nothing Changed on Towers of Doom. GG and well played by Granit Gaming. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity, and kudos to Granit Gaming for turning it around. I mean, Nothing Changed is probably a bit upset about this. Then again, they obviously turned the disadvantages of the early game around against their opponent quite quickly, but it must be very frustrating to be this far ahead and then actually losing the game after all. But once again, Towers of Doom, it just delivers. It just absolutely delivers at this point. So, with that said, let's see what we're having in the second game. Granit obviously wants to make this a quick grand final and try to get the 2-0 victory here, but Nothing Changed. Let's see if they are able to turn that against their opponent. Also, by the way, Blakidney earlier messaged in Twitch chat. Apparently, the reason why he's not playing is that he is stuck in traffic right now, so that's why Speedwagon is subbing in for them. So, Kira getting banned again, plus also Tracer getting banned out too. And yeah, I'm a little bit curious what we're having on Battlefield, because once more Vala would be an insta-pick more or less from the red team, sorry, from the blue team, if they get a chance to play her. So either we have the ban or the pick on Nothing Changed side. So Vala gets eliminated. Chris is not going to get that hero any longer. Just too much value against Immortal. Chris loves to play Vala. Who doesn't? And there comes Garrosh. Alrighty, so the Sport Billy respect ban, which is pretty much what we've seen in the previous games, where Sport Billy played for Nothing Changed. Exactly that. First game, Garrosh gets through. Second game's like, nah, not going to deal with that. Alright, first pick. What are we going to get? We have seen Chen again. Chen comes in, and there's the Panda. Last time that we saw the Panda, it wasn't quite successful. It was actually in the 3rd place Deciders game. But now, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go about this right now. First of all, Henning can think if he goes into Malfurion again. No, he actually takes Rhaegar away from Linked. And there is Chromie! The little sandwich is coming in again. At a good moment in time too. I'm a little bit hungry, so yep, let's go for it. Chris actually gonna play the OG Chromie pretty much. Chris and I think it was Chris and Shrimpy always had this bit of a battle in HTC, who really introduced Chromie to the competitive. I mean, Chris played it the most, but I think it was actually Shrimpy that played her for the first time in competitive in HTC. I might be wrong on that, mixing this up a little bit, but there was always a bit of a running gag between the two of them, who was actually the OG Chromie therefore. So with this, we're now having DAB playing Li Ming, and Billy is locking in Diablo, as his Garrosh is not available to him anymore. So, let's have a look at that. And see what we're going to get with the bans. I mean, the last ban that we're actually having right now should probably target even this... Ah, okay. They go for the Thrall ban again. I could have actually seen them go into a support ban here even, and... well, change Link's option a little bit. ETC, yeah. ETC oftentimes even banned in the first rotation against Granit Gaming. I mean, we've been going over this like 1,000 times, but one of the things is just simply that it offers a lot of flexibility for Granit Gaming, and they can play it on the offlane and as the main tank, and Lauber in particular loves to play the hero, so yeah. But with the double picks now coming in, maybe we could see Johanna again. Imperious first of all, there's Greymane, and they actually wait a little bit. I mean, Lauber played a lot with his Melganis. We could see still Jojo. I mean, there's plenty still to be had here. But Greymane for Tai, so a lot of damage against the Immortal through that. We have stuns from Imperius already, a little bit more control with Rhaegar and his slows, plus Chromie with a time loop that we're going to get on level 10. So that's something. And what else? That off... well, actually... Ooh. Zarya Chen Diablo? Alright. No Garrosh in this case. Malfurion played by Linked. But yeah, let's have it! Definitely not the comp that I was expecting to see here. I mean, we've seen a lot more Zarya, but normally it happens with Vala. You have Garrosh for the speed upgrade on level 4 through the bubble, so that Garrosh gets the free throws in. But that's an interesting one. And there's again, Mal'Ganis. Loba likes that hero, so he locks it in again. Granit Gaming in the lead in the grand final. It's a best of 3 series, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump straight into Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 2. Granit Gaming on Battlefield of Eternity with Henning on Rhaegar. Chris playing Chromie this time. Having Copenhagen on Imperius, Lauba on Mal'Ganis, and Tai on Greymane. Yeah, Greymane in particular on the objective is obviously quite powerful, but also against the front line of the opponent. Towards the right side, we're having nothing changed with Potipos and Zarya. DAB on Liming, Linked on Malfurion, Speedwagon on Chen, and Sport Billy on Diablo. Alrighty. Let's see what they can actually pull off this time, especially Greymane is going to be interesting. I mean, Tai played the hero in the past, obviously, but against a setup where you're running against a Diablo, plus in addition to that also Chen, you can get a lot out of the Cursed Bullet if timed correctly. So let's see if they can actually make something happen there. Okay, so at this point we're having, for Chromie as usual, once again the first time for her. Dibbles already going straight into the Soul Shield, already expecting the damage not only out of Chromie but out of Greymane too. Wise choice here, I gotta say. So yeah, Billy is gonna play around that and immediately ties on the case. I mean, holy hell, that wolf is hungry. And they get the kill against Zarya. They nearly got Sport Billy too, but damn son, that was a lot of aggression right there that we saw. So well done. I'm having 7 stacks also for Chromie, but that wolf definitely wasn't fed for a long time here. And Chris keeps connecting them. 9 stacks for him already. By the way, feel the heat build for Zarya, so not going into a particle grenade setup for them here. And here we have it, the chronic conditions. Said before and I say it again, some people say that Chromie herself is a chronic condition, and I kinda have to agree with that. She is pretty annoying. Not necessarily... Oh, there we go again. Gets the hits in. Choke point against the setup. Probably not really what you want. 13 stacks now for Chris and Chromie. Gets another connected. Sitting at 15 now. Yeah, doing really, really well with this. Another hit, and he's sitting at 17. Chris is stacking like there is absolutely no tomorrow here. Yeah, he is pretty much crushing it. In the meantime, top lane, Chen is doing fairly well against Copenhagen in the early stages, so we'll see how much he can do. Tai is rotating in because they want to steal the camp, obviously. And if they have 2 on the lane, they can easily make that happen. Takes the long way around, as you can see on the minimap, in order to go. But that's something that Nothing Changed should have figured out already. With them having no vision on Greymane, there's very few places where he is going to be at this point. So he is very likely topside, so both of the camps are likely going to go to them. Uh-oh, Billy, yeah, there's a bit of an assistance from Linked, who was already trying to Hearthstone back to get additional mana, but with Billy being attacked, he was trying to help out. There's the camp taken by Tai, so they can put more... Uh-oh, Panda in trouble, and... Yep, no cooldown ready for Tai. If you would have been able to jump in and just go full on melee onto Chen, that would have been a nice dinner for Greymane right there. So this is... a really, really difficult setup now. A little bit more sustainable build with the Firestorm now specced into from Diablo, but the first objective is now spawning. And that is where things are going to become quite interesting. Because I really want to see who's going to take that. There's a very beefy front line with a lot of sustain that we have for Nothing Changed, but it really feels that Li Ming has to just play out of her mind if they want to win this. There needs to be resets, good combinations, everything connected. But if you just look at the setup here for Granit Gaming, they have so much poke right now, and they're just keeping them on their toes the entire time. I mean, just look at the CC here. Sport Billy is just running the entire time and trying not to die, but they might have overstayed their welcome here. Lauba is low, Li Ming wants the kill, and she doesn't get it. Doesn't get the kill, and once more we have Greymane coming in. It's the double wolf pact here as Henning and Tai are working together. Level 7 talents are going to be a little bit closer for Granit Gaming with all of this happening. But Greymane is doing what he does best. He's going straight onto the Immortal into Worgen form, is now weaving the auto attacks in. And he's going to chunk that down quickly. Obviously, Li Ming is going to try a similar setup here. Lauber is a bit low again. Does he have a cooldown? No, he doesn't. And that's the end of him. Yeah, but Greymane is chunking. And now Henning is jumping in too, and with that we're going to get the Lightning Shield on top of this, and that's an easy halftime show. And that halftime show will allow Lauber to respawn. So as long as there isn't a second kill against Granit Gaming, this is pretty good for them. Actually, really good for them. There's a bit of defense already being set up from Nothing Changed, and you know who likes that setup? Chromie, the sandwich. Yep, because that's easy shots connected. That's just damage against the Immortal, and that's easy shots for the level 1, and he is completing it so quickly that they're gonna have a massive amount of damage through that. Once again, Greymane is jumping in. Chromie is nearly done with the quest right now, connecting 2 shots one at a time. Billy is low and survives. Firestorm helps him out. Lauber, though, dies. Zarya with a kill. The Immortal is still looking a bit dicey here. One more double connect from Chris, and we're gonna have the quest completed for him and the second Echo. But yeah, you just can't race this. I mean, even if you have more, if you have the numbers, not against Rhaegar and Greymane together with this, not happening. But they reduced the shield quite significantly at that, I might add. So that isn't bad. With this, we're now having a setup in which the level 7 drops into the hands of both teams, which gives us obviously Calamity. So that's going to be another big tool for them. I am the strongest. Well, in this game you definitely are. And the explosive barrier, at least in the women's division. The explosive barrier there as well. With the rest, we'll have to see what the numbers are going to say. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, yes, you might be able to outbench press Li Ming, but on the damage numbers, I think she might still have one up on you. Well, objective is already on the fort. Tai is getting attacked here. Speedwagon is a bit low. Level 10 abilities are going to be really interesting, though. Once that we have the triple panda in there, it's going to be an interesting setup, to say the least. Yeah, Billy gets looped back in. That could be a kill. That should be a kill. But he's able to use the minion to escape here. Nicely done by him. Billy also completing his quest now. Sitting at 100 souls is obviously going to help him with the soul shield quite significantly. And the fort hasn't fallen. The fort has actually not fallen here. Alright, so let's have a quick look over here at the damage numbers. Yeah, Li Ming is definitely a bit ahead of Zarya right now. I don't really think they're going to get too much out of Feel the Heat here. Might be proven wrong on that, but the particle grenade build is just incredibly nice if you can poke all day. 2 deaths on Lauber at the front line so far, but what else are we going to get here? 26,000 damage on the side of Chromie, and obviously with Chris completing his quest this quickly, he's going to have a very, very nice game. Should be super safe here in the back the entire time. But the setup is hitting, and the damage is coming, connecting from Chromie over and over again. Temporal Loop is also back up. So if they see an opportunity, they can use that. And Chen isn't here. This is a 5 versus 4. This is the perfect moment for that. The cleanse comes through. There's the temporal loop. But already interrupted. And Pony Boss low. So is Henning, though. Zarya eliminated. Henning on the run. And he survives. The dog is still in play. Keeps himself around a little bit longer. Tries to get the heal through. Needs to be careful, though. And a kill against Imperius. Lauber might also fall, but at least he wants to get the kill. And he gets it. Li Ming down. It's a 2-for-2 trade. With the objective spawning in another 17 seconds now, and both of the teams looking at early level 10s here. Game number 2. Granit Gaming, they want the 2-0 victory, but can they actually pull it off? That's the big question right now. And they still have Greymane. Level 10 abilities are going to change the dynamic here quite a bit, especially, of course, Greymane with the Cursed Bullet after it got buffed in one of the previous patches will threaten the front line. It's one of the reasons why we have the Soul Shield there in the first place. Because there's so much damage against Diablo now that he has to mitigate at least some of it. The Dark Conversion even, yeah, with Lauber going up against this many tanks, he just decided that this would be a good one for him. And that he would be able to get that one through. There's the damage, already quite a lot of it. Lauber might go for the ult, and indeed does. Goes for Pony Boss with it. The damage is coming, and the bullet was connecting to Ancestral on Chris, actually, in the double kill against Diablo and Zarya. Imperius falls. They're trying to go for the Panda. The triple Panda already over, and as he wasn't able to take anyone down here in the back line, this could be another kill, and it should be. Speedwagon gets attacked, and that wolf is hungry. That wolf wants to have a snack, and he gets it. The Panda down. Chris now with the next talent coming through. Gnome speed ahead, finally confirming that Chromie is indeed a gnome and not a dragon. Nearly taking DAB down. A fierce gnome at that, I might add. A fierce gnome at that. But yeah, great play so far from Granit Gaming. But they haven't really gotten too much damage against the Immortal right now. Both of the teams are instead focusing on taking the camps apart that were threatening their forts. But the focus into the mid lane again. And it's a 5 versus 5. It's once again the 5 versus 5 here. Going for Sport Billy again. And the loop is there. Can they get the kill? Billy! Oh, ult from Zarya trying to zone them out a bit. Kopenhagen gets the shield here, and they're starting to make the play now for Speedwagon instead. He jumped into the back line and gets immediately attacked here. Chromie just firing away the entire time, but Kopenhagen is low and Kopenhagen is down. The Panda dies too, but the reset allows Liming to get a bit more damage through. The problem is that Zarya is nearly dead, and with Chris now moving in, that should be enough. Oh, wait, actually, yep, there it is. Kill against Zarya, but the Wolf is dead too, and with that I mean both of them. Rhaegar is dead and Greymane has fallen as well. Chris is still firing away. Lauber wants to go for the ult again, but can't get the Dark Conversion through against Billy before he falls. And that is a nice setup now for Nothing Changed. Damn son, like it's a back and forth here, kill after kill on both sides, and in this case we're having Nothing Changed. Well, I wanted to say finally with a bit of a lead on the Immortal, and then you look at the mana pool of the heroes and you realize pretty quickly that they won't be able to do too much here, so they have to actually retreat. This is kind of insane. This is actually a little bit insane here. Like, look at these two Immortals. There's very little damage on them, and it's just kill after kill after kill after kill that we're seeing. It's just a full-on brawl that we have right now. In terms of the damage output, we're having 50,000 already for Chromester. Li Ming is sitting at 36. Oh, linked! Nearly insta-killed here. It was nearly an insta-kill on him. Sport Billy on the other hand, he's in trouble, and he is dead again. Yeah, Greymane is on the hunt the entire time. He's getting just so much damage through, and then you have Chromie also delivering from the back with one blow after another. And now that might be an opportunity to finally get on that Immortal and drop some damage onto the objective. And yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Things are looking good for them. Level 13. It's about to be ready for Granit Gaming, giving them another few seconds where they will have an advantage over their opponent. And I like that Nothing Changes, at least trying to get some value by moving down to the bottom of the map and stealing the camp. But that also means that they more or less have given up on the objective. And that doesn't bode well for them. Yeah, they don't have 13 yet. Just now it's in. But there it is. The kill on the Immortal. And with this, we're having nearly a full shield. If they can get a kill, though, yeah, they might be able to. Nope, they're not. The Ancestral connects. Diablo with the ult. Chromie with the damage. The Triple Panda is moving in. Temporal Loop again. Lauber rushing away. He has the Dark Conversion. And he gets it connected. Dark Conversion in and everybody is on the run. That attempt did not work out for Nothing Changed. And now they have to face the music, aka the Immortal. Yeah, in case you didn't know, those Immortals, they're very musical. But they're going to jump in here, and they're going to start dropping the fort. And in an ideal world for Granit Gaming, they would also love to get some damage onto the keep. I mean, if they can get a kill, they might be able to get even more than that. And the Cursed Bullet is back ready, so that's something that helps them. Just look at these damage numbers here. Li Ming with 45,000 is trying to close the gap to Chromie, establishing herself as a superior mage, but it seems like the little dwarf is getting value. That's a kill against Greymane. Couldn't come at a better time, honestly. A massive sleep setup. Yeah, the Immortal is coming onto the keep now and is trying to drop that. They're chasing, but that keep might actually fall. Ooh, the kill against Imperius, and the keep is actually going to survive this. It's taking a serious amount of damage, though. It's a huge amount of damage that it takes. I mean, that's less than 50 HP that we're talking here. Yep, last shot doesn't connect. 2 heroes were killed on the retreat from the blue team, so that's now 9 kills against 11. So technically, the red team is actually ahead on kills, but they lost now 2 Immortals, and they lost a lot of structures as a result of that. So now we're having Poryboss moving straight down through the bot lane. Okay, shots connected again against Poryboss. There's a bit of an invade attempt. Bullet connects. Temporal Loop is in. It's a sleep session, and Billy is down. Billy gets dropped, and that means that his stacks are reset again. He just completed the 100 a few seconds ago, and now we're having him again annihilated here. And they want more. They want Poryboss, and they might get him. Yes, they do. The Wolf is on the hunt again. The Wolf comes in, and Linked is also in the back line, getting attacked by Lauber here, who wants the kill. Can't get it. Diablo is back, but that is a weak kitten here. Triple Panda trying to make the play. Self-Ancestral for the doggy. And the double spear connect. Link barely makes it out after he gets healed. But they are just on the chase the entire time. And now it's 11 kills against 11. Damn, son. Absolutely murdering it here. But even experience, even kills, and the Immortals spawning again as we have a 5 versus 5 on the map. These two teams are really at it right now. They're shifting the sands for the Gnomester. On the right side and on the left, we have both teams focusing on the Shaman camp again. Bot lane obviously is going to be a high priority now for Granit Gaming, since this is an easy keep to take down if your opponent doesn't deal with it immediately. That's one of the reasons why Speedwagon is already moving in and trying to make sure that they're going to get this one set up now. But here comes the attack with Janet the bot lane. I mean, obviously they have vision of it right now, so they have a free shot at the Immortal to get some damage in. That's exactly what they do. Dibbles is a bit far out. Dibbles in trouble. And is able to survive, at least for now. But the halftime show looks like it's going to go to Granit Gaming again. They're dropping the damage slowly and steadily. Chromie can deliver the final blow if she wants to, but the team connects. Top lane, that fort is going to drop though. And at the bot lane, Chen is still there. And he has to. He needs to take the Shaman camp down. If they don't get the Shaman camp, the keep is likely going to fall. Didn't even take the catapult down. But they have to also deal with the objective. If another one with 100% drops into the hands of Granit Gaming, it might be lights out of the top side keep. Billy again with the attack. Bot lane heavily under attack right now as the keep is eating damage. There's a kill attempt against Copenhagen. That didn't work, but Lauber is falling. Lauber gets dropped. And so will the keep at the bottom of the map. Or will it? Ah, well, it will be close, but that keep is likely going to fall. They're sending a few of the heroes back, it seems, or at least they're thinking about it. Top fort has already been destroyed, and the keep at the bottom of the map is now getting wrecked too. So with this, we're having still a massive advantage for Granit Gaming. They're waiting for Lauber, who's still not back, but they're getting shots connected against Poryboss. And they're obviously looking to get some range damage in against the Immortal. I mean, Chromie is already doing exactly that. And the longer that lasts, the better for them. Here comes the kill against Billy. He's trying to zone a little bit for the team, but with all the poke damage, it's Greymane that delivers the final blow. And now they're making the play for Linked, and they get Malfurion. Malfurion is getting dropped. 3 pandas for Hallelujah as Zarya falls, and the pandas are trying to turn it around, but Copenhagen connects with every single one of them, and now they are trying to get even more kills. The keep at the top is slowly starting to get attacked here. Speedwagon is gonna fall. DAB is already looking to see if he can maybe drop DAB too, but they're gonna make the play for the keep itself, aren't they? For the core itself. Yep, there it is. The Immortal is taken up at the top. That keep is gonna fall, but I don't think they're gonna care anymore. This looks very much like we're gonna see a 2-0 victory here. They're gonna try and defend. I mean, DAB is looking for the insta-kills. Belly is there too. Tai is not in Worgen form. 2 seconds until Malfurion is back. They have a chance here, actually. Billy is dead again, though, and that's the problem. The shields are gone. The Immortal moves up to the top and is gonna go for the top lane as the catapults are trying to take the top left keep down on the side of Granit Gaming, but the kills keep coming. Li Ming and Zarya both eliminated, and that is going to be lights out. That is going to be a victory for Granit Gaming as they take it. They win the qualification tournament for the HeroesHype Premier Series playoffs. GG and well played, Granit Gaming, with a 2-0 victory over Nothing Changed. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support, and see you guys next time.